So a new Justice League trailer dropped last weekend, and I thought that we could take a look through it, look for any things and details that we might have missed, and maybe make some smart predictions about the movie. All right, let's go. Now, the new trailer opens up with Lois Lane on the front porch of the Kent farmhouse. And of course, she sees someone in the field. It's Clark Kent, and he says, "I'll take that as a yes." And I mean the ring. Now, this, of course, points back to the ring that Clark was going to propose with in Batman v Superman. It also gives us a nice little wink that Henry Cavill is definitely going to be in the movie, and they're saving the surprise of Superman Reborn, I think a little bit later for the movie, because this is later revealed to be a dream. Now, it is a fun thing to notice that trailer 1 for Justice League began with Batman. Trailer 2 began with Wonder Woman, and this trailer begins with Superman. Now, whether or not Warner Brothers Pictures was hoping to have the Trinity reunited subliminally through all of their trailers, who knows, but it's still a cool thing to note. Taking a look at Clark Kent, we can still see that the Superman chest hair is still there, still to be glorious to the world just like it was in Man of Steel, but there is no super mullet. Yeah, that's right. Superman back from the dead and no mullet. That's why you know that this is obviously a dream, and which we learn a few shots later in this trailer. Also cool to note, Clark shows up in this field in a red flannel shirt that seems to be an homage to the 1979 Christopher Reeve film, and actually one of my favorite scenes in all of cinema, which that's really cool. The trailer then quickly cuts to Lois with the engagement ring on, dropping the dirt, presumably onto Clark's casket, which are the exact same shots that we saw from Superman's funeral at the end of Batman v Superman. Some other shots show us the world is mourning the loss of Man of Steel as a banner bearing the Superman emblem hangs over a bridge. Now, a previous trailer and this trailer also mention that crime is way up in the world, and the second Justice League trailer also mentioned that the Batman is missing. Now, is crime up due to the Batman being gone, or is crime going up because there are secretly parademons everywhere? I tend to lean towards all the parademons secretly making the world crazy. Now, we then hear Bruce Wayne in the trailer mention, "I had a dream, it was the end of the world." This, of course, references his apocalyptic nightmare in Batman v Superman, also known as the Nightmare Batman sequence in that movie. Now, could this mean that Justice League is going to tie up the Barry Allen Flash cameo from that movie? Could the Barry Allen in Justice League time travel back to the past of Batman v Superman and complete that circle? Who knows, but it's a neat idea, right? We also see some parademons invade Themyscira, the home of Wonder Woman. Now, Diana hasn't been back to her homeland that we know of from Wonder Woman 1 since the tail end of World War I, so about 1918. So I think this sequence is a flashback, as we have sort of confirmed that Robin Wright is returning to the movie, and spoilers for Wonder Woman, we know she's dead. So I don't think any of these sequences take place in modern times. We also see a quick shot of Steppenwolf attacking the Amazons in daytime, so this is a slightly different shot than we have seen in previous trailers, or it's just a recolored shot. Now, interesting thing to note, there's a quick shot of a burning guy during this sequence. Now, he could be a Roman soldier, his armor kind of seems to suggest that, or is this the birth of a parademon, or possibly is this a piece of Steppenwolf's origin? Perhaps this movie could explore his origin story, maybe even his connection to Darkseid, since it was revealed a couple weeks ago that they're changing Steppenwolf's origin. He's no longer going to be Darkseid's uncle, he's going to be Darkseid's nephew. Maybe this is his origin sequence? Who knows? We then see a swarm of parademons coming out of a smokestack from a nuclear power station. Could this be possibly an entry point or a location of a boom tube from Apocalypse for the parademons? We don't know. Could this be Steppenwolf's secret base? As we see in later shots in this trailer, there are plenty of shots of weird things going around power stations. Maybe this is Steppenwolf's staging point on Earth. Either way, the little girl that is watching them is very concerned. We then get lots of shots of the Justice League sort of uniting, including Wonder Woman standing on top of Old Bailey, which is in London. Now, this is interesting to note that During some part of this movie, Wonder Woman is going to maybe change her home base or her location. As we see in the Wonder Woman movie, she is based out of Paris. We then cut to a shot of Cyborg looking at a bunch of holographic displays with lots of little strings in between them all. Now, if you zoom in on these, they show photos of his old football days, which is a really cool, nice comic book Easter egg and something that was specifically talked about in the Justice League New 52 storyline called Origin by Jeff Johns and Jim Lee, which I think actually a lot of this movie is going to take some nice details from. Then we get a shot of the Batmobile moving through an area, and there are some really, really weird purple tendrils. What the hell are they? I honestly have no idea. They could be a parademon weapon. They could be some sort of terraforming device. I don't know what they are. They're slightly moving. They're a little weird. No idea what these are. We get another look at a sequence that we have seen in previous trailers. That is where we see Steppenwolf headbutting Aquaman and Atlantis, which again is a fight that we've seen previous shots had where Steppenwolf threw his axe at Aquaman. So it does make you wonder if Steppenwolf is going to confront each of the heroes basically on their home turf, and maybe possibly that is the thing that convinces all of the heroes to join Bruce Wayne's crusade. This trailer also gives us a really good look at Steppenwolf's face as we see him fighting Wonder Woman with a couple of parademons floating above him. And then next, we get a shot that looks like Cyborg interacting with another mother box. Now, this really looks, based on the floor, like it is possibly on Steppenwolf's ship or his base, wherever the hell he comes from. He's probably his base because, you know, he mother boxes in with a boom tube. Why would he fly a ship to Earth, even though we see other ships in this trailer? I'm getting off the point, but I predict that this scene could possibly be during the climax of the movie because, as we know from Batman v Superman and the comic books, Cyborg was created by a mother box. That's what healed his body, and we saw that scene in Batman v Superman. Maybe there is something in the climax that only another mother box can shut down a sister mother box. So I think this is the climax of the movie. I actually think Cyborg is going to save the day in this movie, and for a young character to the DC universe, because Cyborg has only been around since the early 1980s, I think it's kind of nice that the first major DC team-up team movie will feature such a young DC Comics character. I think it's kind of a nice little thought. Then we have the best shot in the trailer, Cyborg catching Aquaman, Aquaman saying, "My man," and I think this basically confirms that Aquaman is going to steal the movie. The answer is yes, that is definitely going to happen. Now you can kind of tie this into some of the other sequences that we have seen in previous trailers. If you remember, in the very first trailer, we saw Aquaman going, "Yeah," while riding the Batmobile with Batman, and he leaps into the sky. One then could suppose that shot leads into this shot from this trailer where Aquaman begins his journey back down to the ground. He is then caught by Cyborg, who throws him further into the sky, allowing him to stab another parademon and ride him down to the ground in that very cool hair-tossing back moment from the second trailer where it made us all question whether we all want to be Jason Momoa's wife. Then finally, very briefly, we see a menacing blue-looking dome with a bat vehicle flying above it. At least it's better than the blue sky beacons in every single Marvel movie. We have no idea what it is, but we definitely know that it's connected somehow to Steppenwolf. Then we get some more battle footage with the Batmobile and all of the Justice Leaguers basically going towards this factory. Now, this possibly could be the base that I mentioned earlier where all the parademons come out of. We don't really know. Maybe this is where Steppenwolf is breeding all of his parademons. Again, that'll be something we'll have to wait until the movie. And then finally, we end every trailer with some sort of bat signal joke. The first trailer did, the second trailer did, and now this third trailer does, with Flash getting a great, really funny joke about the bat signal. Again, making us believe that the Flash is probably going to be the most humorous character in this entire film. Overall, I think this trailer is really awesome. I think it showed us some cool stuff, and I like how this trailer really built up the team dynamic of the Justice League. Friends, I am super excited for this moment, and please let me know down in the comments what was your favorite shot in this entire trailer.
Thanks for watching, and make sure you click subscribe so you can see every single chapter of Justice League Explained, and then click one of the videos on the screen so you can check out more of my content.